Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Travel with Jose. I'm Jose, and for today's video I want to talk about Navy tips. I want to give you guys Navy tips that will help you with your Navy path. Now these are Navy tips that I learned from way back when, starting boot camp to going to school, A school and C school, and now being stationed on a ship. And if these tips help in any way, shape, or form, let me know. Leave a comment. I want to see what you guys are thinking. I want to get this community going. I want you guys to be participating and asking me questions and maybe helping one another with YouTube and all these comments and whatnot. You'll be able to also interact within yourselves and meet people that are going to join the Navy. In the military in general, the experience comes from people that you meet, people that help you out, people that you can trust, which in a second is going to be one of my topics. But yeah, this is one of those things where you can help each other, message me, and we can be a community and go through this journey together. You never know when you're going to see these people. The Navy is a small world. It's 1% of all of America, or so I hear. Leave as many comments as possible, help one another, and now I'm going to start. Okay, so I'm going to start off with label your belongings. For example, sea bags, food, lockers, racks, your bed, clothes, laundry bags, shoes, anything that you own, label it. So I'll give you some personal stories. So when you get your sea bag in boot camp, which is the big green bag that's filled with all of your uniforms and whatnot, at the beginning of boot camp you cannot label it however you want. Once you leave boot camp, label it. Make sure you do anything possible so that you can find it, because sometimes you're going to have to pile it all up with other people's sea bags, and it's a pain when you can't find your own sea bag. What I personally do is I label the whole sea bag with my name in capital letters in silver Sharpie so that I can find it. I know there's some people that put tape around it. There's some people that draw on it. And there's people that put their name more than one time on different sections of the sea bag. So whatever you have to do to find your sea bag, do it. Also, something else important to label is your food. Now, we have a community fridge in our workshop, and one of the rules that we go by is no name, fair game. And that means that if you don't label your belongings, somebody can eat it. And since we have that rule, there's no way that anybody can get mad at each other, because, hey, it's a spoken rule, and if you don't abide by it, you're going to get your stuff eaten. If you leave anything in the workshop as well, like let's say paperwork, folders, books, whatever, somebody might take it, and you can't get mad again because of the rules. Now this lesson you don't have to learn from joining the military. It's don't trust everyone. In this world of the military, to get ahead, you have to be competitive. Everybody is trying to leap forward. Everybody's trying to get rank. Everybody's trying to look as good as possible on paper. And sometimes that means stabbing people in the back. And I've personally heard of stories where this happens. That's just how it is. You know, some people are more competitive than others, and they do anything possible to get ahead in life. So don't trust everyone. I can go on more about this topic, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. But I really do hope that you find somebody that you can trust, and somebody that you can tell your stories to, somebody that you can talk about work, somebody that will help you out in your time of need, and also hopefully you can be that person that somebody can trust. Now I want to give you an acronym, and that acronym is NAVY, and it stands for Never Again Volunteer Yourself. It's always great when people in the Navy have enthusiasm, they want to get a lot of work done, they want to help out. But you know what, sometimes helping out isn't beneficial for you. It takes up a lot of your time sometimes. It means that you're doing a lot of the grunt work. Sometimes this grunt work doesn't get appreciated. Sometimes they just need people to get the job done. I know it sounds bad that sometimes people don't want to participate or volunteer, but never again volunteer yourself is something that you're going to hear. So sometimes it's not beneficial for you, but sometimes it is beneficial for you. So sometimes this work is work people don't want to do. So your supervisors will help you out if you want to get this job done. Let's say you have to take out the trash. If you are volunteering, your name is going to get out there. People are going to recognize you more. It's also one of the steps to being a leader. Now, whether you want to volunteer or not, it's up to you. It can be good and bad. Now, my tip for that would be to volunteer yourself. Start in boot camp. Volunteer in anything possible. I want to say boot camp structures your Navy career, and that's not for everybody, but I want to go personal with that and say in boot camp I never really volunteered for anything. I was always the guy in the background. There was a moment where I'm walking down the hall and one of my supervisors asks me, are you in my division? Am I your instructor? And I said, yes, you are. And he's like, oh. He's like, I kind of recognize you, but you never really speak up. You never mess up either, but you're just there. So if you want to volunteer, it's up to you, but I suggest volunteering. So something that I really want to stress is don't pick up bad habits. So I might view these as bad habits, but you might not. This is something that I just want to put out there. So one of these bad habits is smoking. There's a lot of people that pick up smoking in the Navy. If you didn't do it before, there's no reason why you should do it now. I know people say, oh, it relieves my stress, but no, that's in your head. People say, oh, I want to smoke because I want to take a break. You're entitled to a break. You're entitled to calm down and gather yourself back up. And it shouldn't be with smoking. Also, it's a social thing. I know maybe all your coworkers are smoking, so you want to go smoke with them. One of the phrases we say is coke and joke, and that's when you are socializing and whatnot. But the health impacts that come with smoking, they're not worth it. So don't pick that up in the Navy. Another bad habit is taking energy drinks. There's so many people I know that drink energy drinks, and energy drinks on a ship are easily available. Don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it. Cardiac arrest, headaches and migraines, increased anxiety, insomnia, type 2 diabetes, drug interaction, addiction, risky behavior, jitters, nervousness, vomiting, allergic reactions, high blood pressure, niacin overdose, and stress hormone release. Is it really worth it? I know one of my first classes, one of my supervisors, who used to always drink energy drinks. Guess what happened to him? Something that I didn't list. He got kidney stones. And he said he was only in his mid-20s, so there's proof for you. And it wasn't a good time for him, I know that for sure. So don't drink energy drinks. Stay hydrated with water. Another thing that happens is people drink energy drinks and they think they're getting hydrated. So because it is hot on a ship sometimes, and you're moving around a lot, I've seen it where people pass out. And once the medical team responds to them, one of the main issues is, no, you're not getting hydrated. You're going hours and hours on end on a flight deck, on a hangar bay, and you're not drinking any water. How are you going to stay hydrated with energy drinks? It doesn't make sense. I can't stress it enough. Energy drinks, too much coffee is something that you don't want to do to yourself. Find different things that will give you energy. Sleep more. Drink more water. Drink tea. Something that I personally do that I learned about is drink chia water. The chia seeds from Chia Pets? Yes, you can actually drink those. Put those in water, let it sit in there for a little bit. It turns into a little kind of jello. Well, these seeds, a superfood, they'll give you energy. Find different ways to get your energy up because you are working long hours. Along with drinking bad stuff, don't eat a lot of bad stuff. And now I mean snacking, chips, chocolate. It's something that annoys me. The microwavable hamburgers, burritos. Try to find vegetables and fruits easily accessible for people in the Navy because they're always put out. We got oranges, bananas, kiwis, apples, avocados. We get a lot of things put out in our cafeteria, so take advantage and put into your body things that are good, things that are gonna get you more proactive, things that are going to, in the long run, extend your life. So another bad habit that you shouldn't pick up while in the Navy is spending money. Now, since we do get paid every 2 weeks, we always have money coming in. And it's so easy to buy different electronics, buy clothes, buying things that you don't need. So that's another bad habit not to pick up in the Navy. I would suggest just saving up, just buying only the things that you really need. Maybe thinking a lot more about what you want to buy, or if you see something that you want, really think about it. Think about it if you need it. Think about if you have space for it. Because I've said before, we don't have a lot of space in the Navy, so you don't want to hoard. I know I've spent money on things that I don't need, and when I look back, I feel bad and I can't return it. Don't spend all your money. This is a good time to save up. Please don't spend money on that $100 shirt. Well, a hot topic I want to get into is sleeping around. There's going to be a lot of people that are attractive, that attract you. Don't go out sleeping around with everybody. The health impacts that go along with that if you don't have safe sex. For girls, if you've just started out your Navy career, you don't want to get pregnant. This is the moment that you have to work the hardest. If you've just started your Navy career, this is one of those things that puts your career on hold. There's a lot of possibilities for you out there, so use whatever contraception method to keep safe and not have a baby. When you get in the Navy, you meet a lot of different people, and you've learn how they approach sex. From what I've heard, a lot of the times, yeah, no, it doesn't look good. Guys, just use protection. I know they say it feels better, you know, in the heat of the moment you don't want to, but STDs, fatherhood, child support. For my guys out there, I just want to say, play it safe. You're going to meet a lot of girls. Another thing is, you know, the ship is big, but people tend to go towards the same people. The person you're talking to and maybe had sex with also went and talked to this person and had sex with them too. When you're new on a ship, things can be confusing. You're not in an element you're used to. You're just lost. You're a little puppy. When you first get to the ship, yes, you'll be escorted by people that work with you. These people that you work with will be the ones that are checking you in, because there's a process to going on a ship. Find somebody that will help you, somebody that will guide you around the ship, tell you the do's and don'ts. When you do find these people, ask them, hey, where's the gym? Our berthing, where's our room? Where's the cafeteria? Where are the restrooms? Where do we work? Things like that. Ask them, because this is your life now. This is where you're going to have to spend hours and hours and hours on end. Now this happens to everybody. You're going to get lost. I got lost. And it takes about, I want to say it takes a week to 2 weeks to actually get into the swing of things. But that also depends on who's helping you out. I know even after the 2 weeks, I was still learning new things because I was going to different areas on the ship. I work on an aircraft carrier, and these ships are huge. These are small cities. So getting lost is just something that goes with being stationed on an aircraft carrier. Pay attention in boot camp when they're explaining how to navigate around a ship, how to read bullseyes. You're gonna need that, so pay attention. Find people that will help you succeed. Find people that will help you study. Find people that will motivate you to do a good job. Somebody that wants the same things as you. Somebody that will get you on the right Navy path. Another lesson that is true to being in the military: don't sweat the small things. You can't make everyone happy. So the example I'll use for that is, I had a supervisor, a chief. Well, I was doing my job. When I think I do my job correctly, and if you don't think it's good, well then find somebody else. For me personally, I just say, okay, find somebody else. If you don't think my job is good, and when I take pride in something, okay, that's fine. Don't sweat it. You can't please everybody, move on. Now, I know sleep is something hard to come by when you join the military, but when you can, try to sleep. I know it's harder than it sounds, but give yourself a bedtime. I try to go to sleep at 2200 or 10 p.m. and that's because I have to wake up at either 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. I know when I go to sleep past 10 p.m., sometimes I have a rough day. And then after work, all I want to do is go to sleep. Right after work, take a nap. Take a nap less than 30 minutes long, and you'll get a good power nap in, and then you'll be able to go about your day and go back to sleep at 10 p.m. and just, that's how it is. Just, it's a cycle. So give yourself a good sleep schedule. Now, I talked about being the new guy, being confused, not knowing where you are, just lost. Something that you shouldn't do when you are the new guy is make enemies. Don't make enemies. These people are people you're going to be working with for such a long time. I know sometimes when you're new, you know, one of your reactions is to close people off. Just try to learn from everybody. Be polite. With time, your character will come out. With time, you'll learn everybody's characters. You'll learn what to do and what not to do with them, what to say, what not to say. So don't be the guy picking fights. Also, when you're new, a lot of these people that are older are going to feel like they have power over you, or they can talk down to you. And it's not that it's a rule, it's just something that happens. When you're an older guy, you feel a little bit more cockier because you know what's going on, you're comfortable in your setting. Take me, for example. I'm a little bit cocky now that I've been on the ship for 2 years. So I know what's going on, I know what to do, and I know what not to do. I also try to help out these new people when they get on the ship. Just know that what I'm saying is really important right now when you are the new guy. So along with labeling your stuff, also lock up your stuff. Lock up your shoes, lock up your toiletry bags. Anything that belongs to you, lock it up. I know sometimes you think you can trust these people. Sometimes people steal. And it's happened to me 3 times. I've gotten my stuff stolen. I've gotten shoes stolen, 2 pairs. I had a toiletry bag stolen. Who would take somebody's toothbrush, toothpaste, razor? Beats me, but they did it. People get clothes stolen all the time. It's unfortunate. Once you've had something stolen once, you should learn your lesson. I didn't learn my lesson soon enough, but now I have. And I hope nobody ever takes anything from you, so lock up your stuff. Even though I said one of the Navy acronyms is never again volunteer yourself, in this case, volunteer. Volunteer yourself for events at homeless shelters, animal shelters, orphanages, schools, hospitals. This will make you look good. This will make you feel good. When you volunteer, you'll meet people that are wholehearted, down to earth, people that want to give a good impression of the Navy. And when you do volunteer, and you volunteer in uniform, let's say, you're giving the Navy a good name. I know that's very important here in Japan. One of the things that I like to do all the time is volunteer to clean up the streets around our Navy base. Some of the littering that goes on is from people that are leaving base. So I've gotten it before where I'm walking around picking up trash and I get Japanese locals who thank me. And it feels so good. They know that we're trying to do our best to help them. So I want to give a good image for the Navy in Japan. And hopefully wherever you are, even if it is in America, you're giving a good image towards the Navy. When you leave boot camp, you're going to get a full sea bag. You're going to get a garment bag also that's full with your uniforms. Now, every single piece you get in boot camp, keep it. Don't throw it away. You're gonna need it at some point. Even if you never wear the clothes, you might need it for an inspection. And when that inspection comes, you're gonna be ready and you're not gonna get in trouble for not having your stuff. So keep a full sea bag. Don't talk back to your higher ups. Don't talk back to your supervisors. I've had it happen where there's a situation and I'm correct 100%. Everybody else thinks I'm correct. But the supervisor wants to be a supervisor and tells me it's not correct. And in that case, all you gotta do is shut up. You gotta bite your tongue, please the supervisor. That's just how it works. Don't talk back. There's always somebody that you can go to mediate this situation. Even though you're right, they're wrong, step back, bite your tongue. Now I'm gonna leave you with a saying that is very popular in the Navy. It's not always about what you know, it's about who you know. Even though you might not know everything there is to know about your job, if you have somebody that is in a higher position and they've got your back, well, you're set. You've got good standing with everybody. You're ahead of everybody else almost. And I can speak that from personal experience and from events and things I've seen in the Navy where you can be a dumbass. Literally, just you don't know what's going on. And it'll be all okay because your supervisor got your back. Well, those were some of the Navy tips that I have for you. I hope you learned from them. Like I said, these are 2 years in the making, and I've learned the easy way and I've learned the hard way. But I just wanted to put that out there so that you can learn it ASAP. And there's more ideas that I'm coming up with, things that I want to put out there for you. But yeah. If you don't have me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, Traveling with Jose. If you don't have me on Facebook, Traveling with Jose. So as always, after this, expect another video in 2 weeks. Until the next video, I will see you around. Take care. Bye.